Okay, for this episode, we're just going to run the routing protocols of the routers that we are already configured and terminated. So in this setup, I've already configured the point-to-point IPs between the routers to routers, Cebu to Bohol, and Bohol to Manila, and Manila to Leyte, and Cebu to Leyte. So all of the point-to-point are already configured. And the loopback IP address are on the green. So for Cebu, 10.0.0.1. For Bohol, 10.0.0.3. For Leyte, 10.0.0.2. And for Manila, 10.0.0.4. So we can check it here. That's from Cebu, display IP routing table. So you can see that the loopback 0 is already 10.0.0.1. And for the interface IP facing Bohol, the 100, so 100 has an IP address of 10.1.1.3 slash 32. So this is the subnet of that. This is the network of the IP, and this is a host IP configured in 100. So for 101 that is facing Leyte. So this is the subnet. So we configured 10.1.1.13. So this is the network IP of that point-to-point IP address. So we're looking here in Cebu. Okay? The same with the Manila. So for Manila, you can see that the loopback is 10.1.0.0.4. And also for the E101, which has a point-to-point of 10.1.1.4 na network. So we configured 101, so 10.1.1.6. So this is the IP, and expected that the Bohol is 10.1.1.5 for it to satisfy this network IP address in which slash 30. Okay. Also, the broadcast IP address are also included here. So as you can see, there are no IP address that is learned in Manila and in Cebu. So only the loopback 0 is configured. So for this setup, we're going to check the IP address. Okay. So we are going to configure the OSPF. So let's go. So I've already indicated that the OSPF is area 0. So we are going to run the OSPF here and broadcast the network point to point and the loopback for it that so that Leyte can learn that 10.0.0.3 can be forwarded here in Manila or in Cebu. Okay? So let's enable the OSPF. So Cebu first. So OSPF 1, display this. And then OSPF process number 1. So OSPF process number 1, then area 0.0.0.0. So it means that we are running area 0. And also, you need to add the network IP address. So this network and this network, that 10.1.1.0, so network 10.1.1, yay, network 10.1.1.0, and the next is the wildcard or the inverse of the subnet, so 0.0.0.3. So we already advertised this. And also the network 10.1.1.12, 0.0.0.3, the wildcard mask. So you can also description to Leyte NE40 and description Bohol and network 10.1.1.0, 0.0.0.3, description, Bohol NE40. So we already advertised the two point-to-point IP address. And also we need to advertise this 10, the network, oops, network 10.0.0.1, in which has the /32 Cebu NE40 loop 0. So commit, display this. So we advertise the three IP address, the loopback 0, in which has 10.0.0.1, at 10.0.0 that's facing Bohol, and the network facing Leyte. So that's it. So display IP routing table and display OSPF peer brief. So nothing. Display OSPF. You can see peer. So no peer yet. So first is we need to enable the Bohol. So what we're going to do is OSPF process 1, OSPF process 1, and then area 0.0.0.0. Also, we need to advertise for Bohol. We are advertising the same 10.1.1.0 and 10.1.1.4. So network 10.1.1.0. The wildcard is for the 30 is the 3. Description Cebu NE40. And network 10.1.1.4. 0.0.0.3. Description Manila NE40. And network 10.0.0.3. 0.0.0.0. Description Bohol NE40 loop 0. Okay, commit. Display this. So we already advertised the three, the two point-to-point, which has a wildcard mask of 0.0.3. And yep. So display OSPF peer brief. So it is expected that we're going to see the Cebu. And now we did see Cebu. Okay. So the neighbor ID 10.0.0.1. So 10.0.0.1 is already learned from E100 area ID of 0. So if you're going to see display IP routing table, we have learned that the 10.0.0.1 is learned via OSPF. And also this IP is also learned from Bohol from this E100. So this is already advertised by NE4 and Cebu NE40 to Bohol. Okay? At the same time, you can see the Cebu. So it is expected since Bohol router is already advertising 10.1.1.4. So it is expected that you will learn this point-to-point IP advertised by Bohol router, learned by Cebu via E100. So 10.1.4 learned by OSPF. So the interface is going to the next stop is 100. Okay. And also 10.0.0.3 learned by OSPF. So that's the loopback of the 3. Okay. So that's the magic of the OSPF. So we have just configure the OSPF in Cebu and Bohol, and we will continue to configure all of it. So for Leyte, OS, OSPF 1, area 0, and then network Leyte 10.1.1.12, network 10.1.1.12, 0.0.0.3, description, Cebu NE40, and network. So we're just going to advertise this 10.1.1.8, 0.0.0.3, description, Manila NE40, and network 10.0.0.2, description, Leyte NE40 loop 0. So commit, display this. So since Leyte has already established checking OSPF peer brief, so we have neighbor of Cebu. So Leyte and Cebu already configured. Okay.